Hello, hello everyone. Hello, good evening. Good evening, Sneha. Hello, hi. So, yesterday we discussed one thing that the people who are facing problem in CSAT now and they think they are late, right? How to navigate CSAT, we will talk about it. And then today I'll try to explain few things where most of the students face difficulties. ठीक है कुछ कुछ चीजें that we need to discuss. So first we will discuss a plan for the next 45 days and then we will move to couple of things. First, reading comprehension, how reading comprehension and UPSCs are different from other exams, and the next thing will be how to change English statements to maths equations along with one of the chapters. कि percentage is very important chapter and many of you face very difficulties. ठीक है बहुत सारी चीजें वहां पे difficult है percentage, तो how to navigate that chapter. Okay, right? Okay, hi, good evening, good evening, Preeti. So first, let's see how you can plan the next 45 days. Both the students who have completed their CSAT preparation and the students who will now start preparing for their CSAT paper. ठीक है तो both those who have completed, I will tell you how to revise, what to revise first, and then we'll move to the students who are now starting their preparation for CSAT. Okay, good evening everyone. So first, I told you yesterday also there is a batch launching on 16th. Okay, 16th of February. Last English batch. This is third version, right? We have already batch 1 and batch 2. Good evening, namaste. So class timing will be from 3 to 5. Most probably जो start होगा, it will be from 3 to 5:30 depending on कि कितना time लगता है for completing the topics. Okay, so we will start on 16th May. We will start with reading comprehension, the section which ultimately saves the students who find it very difficult to solve questions from reasoning and mathematics. ठीक है सर हिंदी में बोल सकते हो क्या? दिस इज अ इंग्लिश चैनल. ठीक है हिंदी में क्लास में आई ट्राइड वेन एवर द स्टूडेंट्स फेस सम डिफिकल्टी आई ट्राई टू say things both in Hindi and English so that none of the students face any difficulties. Okay. Okay. So we will start this batch on 16th of Feb and we will start from reading comprehension. Now we need to talk about how to plan the next 45 days so that you can easily clear the cutoff marks, that is 66 marks for your CSAT. है ना? So पहले तो let's discuss what you need to do. Suppose you are starting your preparation now. Yesterday also I told you that this is important. You should start your preparation from here. Okay, first have some command over reading comprehension. Okay, at least you should be in a condition where you can solve 18 out of 27, 2/3 of the questions from reading comprehension. Then you should move to reasoning. If you find mathematics difficult, move to reasoning because here the number of questions are finite. ठीक है ठीक है फाइनाइट का मतलब क्या है कि नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर लिमिटेड, नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर वेरी फ्यू. ठीक है अगर सपोज यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ टॉपिक लाइक कैलेंडर क्लॉक, राइट, देयर आर ओनली 3 or 4 डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चन, दोज कैन बी आस्क्ड फ्रॉम दोज टाइप्स ऑफ टॉपिक. ठीक है सीरीज में भी करोगे कोडिंग डिकोडिंग, इफ यू डू देयर आर लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. तो इफ यू सॉल्व दोज टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस एंड मोस्टली दिस पार्ट इज इजी, तो यू कैन इजीली स्कोर. सपोज हाफ ले लेते हैं 8 of 16, सपोज 15-16 क्वेश्चंस आर ऑलवेज देयर फ्रॉम रीडिंग रीजनिंग. इसके बाद वी हैव क्वांट. ठीक है डू easy parts, right? Don't have to do everything, do easy parts and do important sections only. I will highlight what are the important sections both in reasoning and quant from where you should start. If you are preparing now, you should complete those topics first. If you have completed your preparation and now you want to revise, you should start your preparation from those topics only. Okay, okay. So how are we going to do this? In next 45 days, if you see, this is the complete schedule. जो batch होगा उसका, all the students who are revising can also use this schedule for your revision. So what we will be doing is 16 से we will start with reading comprehension. For the first week, आप देखो there are only 8 to 9 days, ठीक है? 8 to 9 days we will cover almost 30 questions. रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में एवरी ईयर द क्वेश्चन वेरी फ्रॉम 27 to 30, इतना ही होता है. लास्ट ईयर इट इंक्रीज्ड. ठीक है. सो what we have to do first, reading comprehension से we should be in a condition to solve at least 18 questions. ठीक है. easy question, difficult question, there are preparation में there are two modes. First, you need to identify what are easy question. You can identify easy question only if you have practiced n number of questions and now you know what is the difference between easy and difficult question. So when we will be doing reading comprehension, I will tell you both things. What are the questions to avoid? What are the questions to choose? How to identify those questions in the paper? Okay, these are the questions I need to attempt. These are the questions I need to leave. After that, we will complete our reasoning. Okay, we'll conclude this batch by end of March. We will be having our doubt sessions for reasoning, right? Along with this, in the same time when you are doing comprehension and your reasoning, you need to complete your quant. Okay, in quant we will have live doubt sessions. Not on these dates, we will decide whenever I feel that you have completed some part. Suppose you have completed number system, HCF, LCF, we can place one doubt session here. Okay, then we can place one doubt session after ratio, proportion and mixtures, and then last one when we complete the overall quant section. Okay, so we in 3 doubt sessions I will try to solve your doubts in your DPPs, class के कुछ questions है, PYQs, all those things we will try to complete. Okay, now इसमें what are the important topics? What are the important topics? Suppose someone wants to revise or someone wants to start reasoning. ठीक है, reasoning में there are some very important topics: coding, decoding, clock, calendar, direction, distance, series. ठीक है, cubes and dice. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Nowadays inequalities are there. So first, whenever you are revising or whenever you are studying, first try to complete these topics. You should be good in coding, decoding, clock, calendar, puzzles, cubes and dice, inequalities. Similarly, there are some topics which are very important in quant. So quant mein which are the important topics? First, number system is very important. Then HCF, LCM is important. After that, percentage, average, time and work is very important. Okay, PNC and data sufficiency. Suppose you are revising, don't go in a series I will do this. Whenever you are starting to cover the topics, first cover these topics because most of your PYQs are coming from these sections. Okay, I have marked the important sections for you. So first try to complete these sections. First complete number system, average, percentage, time and work, PNC, your data sufficiency, your average, these topics. Reasoning mein coding, decoding, calendar, clock, directions, cubes and dice, and inequalities. These are the important sections. Reading comprehension mein, if you see the schedule, right? Reading comprehension mein there are first reading comprehension ke basics. Then we will discuss message, crux, implication, inference and assumption. Now, most of you think that reading comprehensions are same as you used to solve in schools. It is not the case. Reading comprehension in UPSC are different. They are very analytical, you need to think, you need to understand the passage clearly. It is not just कि हाँ A का father, B का father is A, so who is the son of A, कि आपको passage में they have given these two statements and बाद में पूछ लिया. Info based questions are not there. These are analytical passages. ठीक है, analytical passage में what you need to do is, आपको first you need to understand what are the meaning of these words. Now I can give you the meaning of these words directly and I can tell you the elimination methods directly, but that won't help you. You need to practice these things on PYQs. और वो PYQs की practice is very important. If you just see what are the meanings of the words and what are the elimination technique, it won't help you if you have not solved at least 120, 150 PYQs, which we will be doing in the classes. So to summarize reading comprehension, I have two slides for you. But if you don't practice these things on the questions, if you don't solve 100 questions, 150 reading comprehension, you will find it difficult. Reading comprehension is important. Why? If you are not comfortable in mathematics, if the paper is tough, you will run towards reading comprehension. And reading comprehension, if you make mistakes, it is not like mathematics ke 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. Okay? There you will think you have solved 15-20 questions. When you come back and check the answers, there can be a situation where you have solved most of the question incorrectly because the options are very close. So you need to be very sure before attempting the reading comprehension section कैसे attempt करोगे. नहीं तो you will find that positive से ज़्यादा negative marks लेके आ गए हो and it is of no use. So there are some things based on which you can skip the options or you can eliminate the options. You have to remove the irrelevant options. You have to remove two rigid options. What are these types of options? Those we will discuss बाद में. Misleading options, incorrect arguments and not aligned with the passage. These types of options you need to eliminate. ठीक है, अब ये जो है एक एक चीज, these things we will discuss in detail. उसमें लगेगा time. So I am just trying to tell you reading comprehension का तरीका क्या होना चाहिए. You need to understand that instead of trying to find the correct answer, your approach should be that you should eliminate the three options and the last option remaining is your answer. And मैं directly ऐसे नहीं बोल रहा. When I used to give these papers, I used to do the same thing. And I used to attempt all the questions. अगर 27 है तो I will attempt all the 27. 23, 24 used to be correct. वो होता ही है. If you solve 150 questions of reading comprehension and you see the answers from UPSC, you will get a hint कि how to select the questions, what are the types of statement that can be the answer for the reading comprehension. वो एक idea आपको लग जाता है. ठीक है? So उसको सॉल्व करने का एक ही तरीका है कि स्टार्ट, अगर आप यू थिंक कि मैथ्स में यू आर वीक, फर्स्ट हैव सम कमांड ओवर रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन. डोंट डू दिस थिंग कि है ना डायरेक्टली जाके एग्जाम में देख लेंगे, बिकॉज एग्जाम में यू सॉल्व ईच एंड एवरी क्वेश्चन इन अ सेम मैनर. इट डजेंट मैटर टू यू कि उस क्वेश्चन में मैसेज पूछा है, इन्फेरेंस पूछा है, अजम्पशन पूछा है या फिर इंप्लीकेशन पूछा है. यू सॉल्व ऑल द क्वेश्चन इन वन मैनर. जैसे मैथमेटिक्स में एवरेज एंड परसेंटेज क्वेश्चंस आर डिफरेंट, सिमिलरली रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में भी दीज टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर डिफरेंट. मैसेज का क्वेश्चन, क्रक्स का क्वेश्चन, इंप्लीकेशन का क्वेश्चन, इन्फेरेंस का क्वेश्चन एंड अजम्पशन का क्वेश्चन आर डिफरेंट. You first need to identify what are the meaning of these words. What do you need to find when you find कि passage के नीचे लिखा है what is the message of the passage. You need to find this. Crux पूछ रहा है तो main argument is what you need to find. Implication में possible effects. Inference is your conclusion. This is what you try to do in each and every question. कि passage पढ़ लिया, एक तो आप क्या करते हो, conclusion निकालने का try करते हो, दूसरा you try to do this. ये आपकी भाषा में मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूं क्योंकि ये समझ में आता है. एंड टेल मी इफ यू डोंट डू दिस. क्या करते हो, मैचिंग मैचिंग खेलते हो कि हाँ ऊपर स्टेटमेंट में दिस स्टेटमेंट इज रिटर्न, ऊपर पैसेज में दिस लाइन इज रिटर्न, स्टेटमेंट में भी सिमिलर लाइन इज देयर, तो दिस इज द आंसर. दैट्स नॉट हाउ यू सॉल्व रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन. ठीक है, इफ ही वांटेड टू चेक के इफ यू कैन सी प्रॉपरली तो आई टेस्ट करवाता वो. ठीक है, he would have given you an eye test. वो ये चेक नहीं कर रहा कि आप ऊपर और नीचे सेम पढ़ सकते हो कि नहीं पढ़ सकते. What he is trying to ask is कि if you can read 5 or 6 lines and you can make sense of those 5 or 6 lines, उसका मीनिंग समझ में आता है कि नहीं, क्रक्स समझ में आता है कि नहीं, कंक्लूजन समझ में आता है कि नहीं. सो मैचिंग मैचिंग करोगे तो यू विल एंड अप विथ नेगेटिव मार्किंग, ठीक है। और यही रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कि यू विल फाइंड कि यू वांट टू सॉल्व ऑल दी 27 क्वेश्चंस, यू विल एंड अप विथ नेगेटिव मार्किंग। वो नहीं होना चाहिए। आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि ऑल दी क्वेश्चंस आर डिफिकल्ट, you will have some questions where you can get to the answer very easily, but there will be questions which are difficult to understand, there will be some passages which are difficult to understand. So how to navigate that, आपको you need to be very clear what are these things, नहीं तो there are slight, very slight differences. If you don't understand those differences, you will end up with wrong options. So first we will learn the elimination methods and then we will move to these, what are the meanings of these words and what do we need to find in the passages. So reading comprehension mein we will do these things. जैसे just for an example, there are options which are extreme, which are too rigid, which can't be your answer. Just for an example, without reading the passage I can tell you the answer to this question. And जिन लोगों ने किया होगा, good evening माधवी, सो जिन लोगों ने पहले से रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन किया होगा उन लोगों का भी आंसर आता है, बिकॉज यहां पे देयर आर 4 स्टेटमेंट्स. वन ऑफ द स्टेटमेंट इज द करंट मेथड ऑफ फूड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन आर सोली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द लॉस एंड वेस्टेज ऑफ फूड. When you say something is solely responsible for something, that means it is very extreme. Okay, this is the only reason for which this happens, wastage of food. But if you read the passage, 1/3 of the food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted globally. Food is lost or wasted throughout the supply chain. It is not lost in the first case. Okay? So because first statement is incorrect, you can remove this, this and this, and this is your answer. If you know how to eliminate, okay? If you know how to eliminate, then you have to remove these extreme options. This is a extreme option. If you remove this extreme statement, you can end up with the answer. The answer is option B. Okay? Right? Okay, Naveen. Next question. Suppose this passage is given to you and they want you to find the crux of the passage. Crux of the passage is, what is the passage mainly about? What is the main argument? Okay? What is the main argument? So what is the passage? Many people are not eating the food correctly. For some it is simply a decision to stick with food they enjoy, but which is not too healthy. Some people, they have more options. They don't eat healthy because of their choice. This is leading to an increase in non-communicable diseases. Heart diseases हो रहे हैं, sugar हो रहा है, all those things. Okay? This in turn leads to a major burden on our healthcare system that have the potential to derail the economic progress, which is essential for the poor to improve their lives. Okay? Which is very essential to improve the lives of poor. For others, it is about limited access to nutritious food or lack of affordability. For some, it is choice based. For some, it is affordability based. Some can afford it, some can't. Okay? Do not provide the daily nutrients for them to develop fully. Part of the reason nutrition is under threat worldwide is that our food systems are not properly responding to nutritional needs. Because we can't fulfill the nutritional needs, इसके वजह से ये हो रहा है, right? Somewhere along that long road from farm to fork, these are serious detours taking place. ठीक है? Right? So these are the things discussed कि यहाँ पे nutritional requirements are not fulfilled because of two things. एक तो affordability is the problem and other is that the people are not choosing the correct food. Two things. Now, in the options, how do you eliminate? You eliminate the things which are not relevant. Nowhere in the passage they are saying the scheme of universal basic income should be implemented worldwide to remove poverty, right? That is not given. कहीं पे भी they have not talked about universal basic income. This is irrelevant. This is irrelevant according to the passage. So we can eliminate this option. Okay, this is not relevant to our passage. Second thing, nutritional status of food should be improved by creating genetically modified crops. Nowhere in the passage the suggestion is that we should switch to GM crops. So this is also gone. Using modern food processing technologies, we must fortify foods. Now, fortification of food items is also not given. So these options are beyond the scope of the passage. Nowhere in the passage we can link something which is relevant to these options. When you remove these three options, the last thing left is we must place food-based nutrition at center of our policy debates. This is the main point because of which this passage was written. This is the point they wanted to highlight. Nutrition based diet should be our focus going ahead, and we need to tackle these two situations. So the answer should be B. Now I am not saying that first just by looking at those two pages you can answer these questions. This requires lots of practice. If you solve properly the last 5 to 6 years PYQs ना उतना enough होता है कि for you to understand what are the answers possible and what are the answers which are not possible. समझ में आया? तो रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन में this should be your aim. First, how to eliminate options. Second, what are the meaning of these different words in the question? All the questions are not same. Crux, assumption, message, all these questions are different and you need to have different approach to solve these questions. Reading comprehension, don't think we will go there and directly passage देख के समझ लोगे. Recently, most of the questions are based on this. These are important. These three sections are very important. Message, crux and assumption, because for the last 2 years if you see most of the questions are from these two sections. Okay, understood? Next, this is about reading comprehension. Now we can't solve all the mathematics problems in 10-15 minutes, but I will try to highlight few of the problems which you face while solving mathematics. ठीक है? Suppose this is a question. यहाँ पे English to mathematics का जो problem आता है, we will try to solve those by questions. Okay, this is age based question है ना? Reasoning में most of the student face problem कि sir I don't understand what this is written. Okay, how do I convert this question to mathematical equation and get to the answer? ठीक है, हमेशा यही होता है. Every time you face such questions you get stuck कि what should I write on the paper, how do I solve these, है ना? Right? So यहाँ पे what is the question telling you? Age के question में first identify how many different timelines are there. First identify how many different timelines are there. Timelines का मतलब what are the time frames they have discussed. Anna was born 4 years after the parents' marriage. Parents' marriage is discussed. Then after this, Anna was born. Okay, and the last thing will be present. These are the three instances. The first is present. फिर second instance they are talking about when Anna was born, and the third instance is when parents got married. And now what are the ages given to you? Her mother is 3 years younger than her father and 20 years older than Anna, who is 13 years old. Presently, Anna is 13 years old. Her mother is 24 years older. That means she is 37. Father is 3 years older than mother. That means 37 plus 3. Father is 40. When Anna was born, the age of Anna was 0. The age of Anna was 0. That means you have moved back by 13 years. If you move back by 13 years, if you are 20 years old today, 13 years back you were 20 minus 13, 7 years old. So similarly, age of mother 13 years ago was 24. Age of father 13 years ago was 27. Now parents' marriage was 4 years before. 4 years before Anna was born. ठीक है, तो मदर की एज 4 years back was 20. Father's age 4 years back was 23. The question was asking you at what age did Anna's father got married. Anna's father was 23 years old when he got married. ठीक है, गुड इवनिंग. ओके, तो यहां पे एज बेस्ड क्वेश्चन में या फिर एनी वर्ड बेस्ड problem in mathematics, you need to understand what is given to you. Here, they were talking about 3 timelines. The present, when Anna was born, and their parents' marriage. So, they have given you all the 3 present age. They have given you ages when Anna was born. They have also given you parents' marriage age. You can connect these points differently ऐसे करके इक्वेशन के फॉर्म में. यहाँ पे तो you don't even have to make equations. Suppose इक्वेशन बनाना होगा तो कैसे करोगे? Let's solve one more problem. ठीक है? Suppose these types of questions students face difficulty in कि I don't know कि क्या बात कर रहा है. A father said to his son. Father said to his son. क्या बात हुई? N years back I was. तो N years back एक तो condition है. N years back, ठीक है, and always there is present, right? N years back I was as old as you are now. My present age is 4 times your age N years back. If the sum of present ages, so we don't know any age. Present भी नहीं पता है, past भी नहीं पता. तो let me take the present age. Whenever in mathematics you don't know anything, suppose I don't know the present age of these two people, I will assume something. ठीक है, assumption में if I need to assume 10 things, I will assume 10 things. In the end, question will tell me the value of all the 10 things. So here also, if the present age of father is f and the present age of son is s, n years back the age of father was f minus n, the age of son was s minus n. This much is clear to everyone. ऐसे ही लिखते हैं कि if you know the present age n years back, you can find the ages differently. Now, what is the condition given to you? Sum of present age of father and son equals to 130. This is given to you. Okay. Now, let's make sense of this. Father said to son, n years back I was. N years back I was. Who is saying this sentence? Father. Father n years back was f minus n. Okay. Is, was, will. Is, was, will, all these are nothing but equal to. N years back I was, the father was का क्या मतलब होता है? Equal to. As old as you are now. You are now मतलब presently he is s. So this is given to you. This is where you find it difficult how to write this in mathematical equation. What I'm trying to tell you is जो दिया होता है उसको वैसे वैसे लिखते रहो. N years back I was, father was f minus n. Was का मतलब equal to. As you are now. Now the age of son is s. This is the first thing. First equation. Second, my present age. Again, who is saying this sentence? The father is saying the sentence. So my present age, that is f, is 4 times. 4 times. Times मतलब मल्टीप्लीकेशन, ऑफ मतलब मल्टीप्लीकेशन, मोर मतलब एडिशन, लेस मतलब subtraction. What is the meaning of more? Addition. What is the meaning of less? Subtraction. Is, was, will is always equal to. ठीक है, तो my present age is 4 times your age n years back. Age of son n years back is s minus n. Now this question is over here. ठीक है, the question is over here. इसके बाद you will find the solution to f s n, because one of the equation is f minus n is equals to s. This is first equation. Second equation is f is equals to 4 into s minus n. Second equation. And the third equation is f plus s equals to 130. 3 equation, 3 variable you can solve and you can find the answer. After this, mathematics starts. After this, mathematics starts. समझ में आ रहा है? इसके बाद मैथ स्टार्ट होता है कि हाउ डू आई सॉल्व दीज इक्वेशंस. यहां तक द थिंग, द प्रॉब्लम, मेन प्रॉब्लम विथ ऑल ऑफ यू स्टूडेंट्स हु फाइंड इट डिफिकल्ट इन मैथमेटिक्स टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस, वहां पे दिक्कत क्या है कि यू डोंट नो हाउ टू कन्वर्ट दीज थिंग्स इनटू दीज इक्वेशंस. योर फोकस व्हेन यू आर स्टार्टिंग योर क्वांट प्रिपरेशन, जब भी क्वांट पढ़ोगे, अगर आप क्लासेस रिकॉर्डेड देखोगे, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड एवरीवेयर आई विल ट्राई टू make this a point कि your question ends here. Your question ends here. You should focus on converting these sentences to these. इसके बाद का solution you will do. उसमें दिक्कत कभी भी नहीं आएगी. You won't face any problem there. क्योंकि linear equation solve करना is not a big task. ठीक है? The problem is this. Now, if you find reasoning में age is difficult for you, ठीक है? Recorded starting में मिल जाएंगे. What I'm trying to tell you, if quant में if reasoning में age का you find questions difficult, then in quant you will find difficult questions in percentage, average, time and work, time, speed, distance, profit loss, simple compound interest, because everywhere you will get these types of words. Word problem बोलता हूँ मैं उनको, है ना? Word problem को if you don't understand how to convert them to equation, you will struggle everywhere. So if you ask me, one of the chapters you should be very good at so that you don't struggle in mathematics is age. अगर age के questions में you can make equations properly, तो you won't struggle in mathematics. क्योंकि वहाँ पे percentage में, average में the concept change, but these word problems to equation, word to equation, word to equation doesn't change. That remains same everywhere. So mathematics में most of the problem with you guys is कि when you were doing mathematics in schools, teacher used to tell you कि ये this is the question, this is the equation, you need to understand this much only. ठीक है, ज़्यादा question नहीं पूछना है, right? Because you didn't understand कि कैसे आ गया वो चीज़, so उसके बाद focus goes out of the way. ठीक है, कि वो room से बाहर गया focus and you start hating mathematics. Because if you don't understand कि how to convert this to this, तो you will just keep on looking at the question. उसके बाद you don't know how to start the question, how to start solving the question. That is the issue. Most of the students I see in the classes also offline maybe, okay, they see the question and they just after seeing the question they will stare at the question कि हाँ अब कोई बता देगा तो we will start solving it, कि equation बता दो तो we will get the answer. That is of no use. The problem is you should know how to start solving the question. वहां पे problem है. Not that you can't solve these linear equations. ये तो आप 1 या 2 दिन में सीख लोगे. You will understand how to solve linear equations in 1 or 2 days. But converting these English sentences to equations, that will require time. 1 month लगेगा to get those things. ठीक है? So if you are looking at the recorded videos of quant, always try कि यहाँ तक पहुँचना है. From these questions you should end up here with these equations. इसके बाद don't do silly mistakes, है ना? Again same thing. Suppose this is one of the question. Yesterday I was telling you another type of question, के linear equations, how would you frame linear equations? So this is a question where there are some nectar filled flowers on a tree and some bees are hovering on it. If one bee lands on each flower, one bee will be left out. मतलब let the number of bees and number of flowers be B and F. What is the first question telling you? First statement telling you, if each bee goes on one flower, one bee is left. So what is more? Number of bees are more. Number of bees are more. How many bees are more? One is more. One bee is more compared to number of flowers. This is your first equation. If you read this line, this is one of your PYQs. This is the first equation, that if one bee goes to one flower, the total number of bees are one more than the flowers. एक हुआ. दूसरा, if two bee if two bee land on each flower, if two bee land on each flower, then one flower will be left. So how many bees are there? Total bee. How many bees are there? Total bee. In this case, if two bees go on each flower, matlab how many flowers are there on which bees will go? B by 2. Suppose if there are 10 bees, okay, 2 bees goes on each flower. So how many flowers are there? 10 by 2, 5. Similarly, B by 2 are flowers. After this, one of the flower was left out. So this is the second equation. Now you have two equations in two variables. You can solve these and you can get to the answer. Dusra, you can solve these types of questions by option also, but every time that it is not compulsory that you can solve the questions by these options. Okay? Sometimes there will be situation where you first have to make the equations. Even after explaining these things, फिर भी students find it difficult, how did I write b by 2 plus 1 equals to f? So I every time have to explain it to them. Okay, 10 bees are there. On each flower, 2 bees are going. So how many flowers are there? B by 2. After distributing 2 bees on each flower, 1 flower was left. So एक और add किया तो f आया. Now most of you can solve these equations and find the answer of b and f. That won't help you. Your focus should be I should read a question and I should be able to frame these equations. If I will give you these equations and then I will ask you, tell me the value of b and f. So do you think कि आपका question हो गया? You just solved two linear equations. You did not solve this question. This question will be solved only when you created these equations yourself. So whenever you are solving questions, now don't look for the linear equations और उसके बाद solve कर दो. That is not the solution to that question. Your focus should be, how do I frame those equations? What are the basics I need to know to solve those equations? There are free, जो batch 1 and 2 started, उसमें भी when I started quant, I started with this only, how to convert these sentences to equations. So you can find those there also. This is one of the important chapters. Suppose if you understand what I'm trying to say, one of the important chapter is this percentage. And you will find you have to use percentage in averages also. You have to use percentage in time and work, time, speed, distance, ratio, proportion, mixture. Everywhere you will find percentage. Okay? You will find some common sentences in each and every type of question, percentage related. वहां पे most of the students find it difficult to understand those statements. जैसे if I tell you this question, क्या एक क्वेश्चन बताता हूं, ठीक है? P salary is 20% lower than Q salary. Q salary is 20% less than R salary. But how much is R salary more than P salary? So when you read this question in one go, you find it difficult कि क्या दिया है, what is given, what is asked, you don't make sense of it कि क्या पूछा है, क्या दिया है, I don't know. है ना, यही होता है. अगर you are good in mathematics तो वो ठीक है, but the students who are not good in mathematics or those students who don't have background in mathematics, उनके लिए it is very difficult to understand what is given and what is asked. So before moving to these questions, you should understand what are the meanings of these small sentences. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? And what are they trying to ask you? Okay? Individually, you need to understand the meaning of these sentences. Right? So percentage ko first you need to divide these sentences into small parts. जैसे I have divided those sentences into 10 small parts, 10 or 11 small parts. You need to understand what is 20% of 150. Suppose this is given to you. A is 20% of B. A is 20% of B. Okay? So what is this 20%? 20% is nothing but percentage क्या होता है? Percentage is 1 by 100. You can write this equations like this also. 100% is nothing but 1. And 1 is present everywhere. 1 is present everywhere. These two things you should know. Okay, percentage is 1 by 100. 100% is equals to 1. Now 20%, percentage 1 by 100. 20% of 150. That's it. This is asked. So 20% of 150. 150 by 100. 3 by 2. This is 52 times 53 times. To 110. So what is this value? 30. So whenever this something like this is given to you, A is 20% of B. How do I make sense of it? A is 20% of B. It is given to you in the question that A is equals to 0.2B. है ना? If something like this is given to you in the question, so the equation you should make is this A equals to 0.2B. Second thing, convert 25% to fraction. I just told you 25% is 100. This fraction is 1 by 4. You need to know how to convert percentage to fraction. Third thing you should know, how to convert percentage fraction into percentage. 3 by 5, this is into 1. I told you 1 is equals to 100%. Just write this 1 as 100%. You can write this as 3 by 5 into 100% and you can get 60%. So you should know how to convert fraction to percentage, percentage to fraction, because you will require all these things in the questions. There are few more. Let me tell you, suppose this is given to you. Increase 200 by 15%. What you need to do? You need to increase n by d%. So this is done like this: n plus d% of n plus d by 100 into n. When you take n common, 1 plus d by 100. This is the basic formula you need to know if you are trying to increase something. Similarly, you want to decrease n by d%, n minus d% of n. Again, n minus d by 100 into n into 1 minus d by 100. These are the two things. Whenever you want to increase something, whenever you want to decrease something, you just have to know the original number and by how much percentage you are increasing or decreasing it with. If you are increasing, add it to 1. If you are decreasing, subtract it to 1. So they are asking you increase 200 by 15%. So just do this. Now after this, this is calculation. But every time you want to increase something, every time you want to decrease something, it has to be done like this. It has to be uniform. ऐसे ही solve करते हैं. Everyone do these question like this. ठीक है? We will do some more. एक दो और करते हैं, then we'll end this session. Percentage decrease. Decrease, I told you, you want to decrease 500 by 20%. You just have to do this. This will give you the answer. I have told you what is some percentage of some number, how to increase, decrease, how to convert fraction to percentage, percentage to fraction, because I am trying to just give you an overview. That's why we are going quickly. When you do these in the videos, it will go very slowly. एक class, it takes almost 2 hours to discuss all those things. ठीक है? यहाँ पे जितने भी statements है. What I am trying to tell you is there are few sentences which will keep on repeating in the questions. ठीक है? So how to use those? So increase and decrease you understand. Suppose what percentage is 50 of 200? This is very important in percentage. You want to compare 50 with 200. What percentage is 50 of 200? So basically you want to convert, you want to check how much is 50 of 200. So we need to compare this with this. And you know how to convert some fraction into percentage. You just have to multiply this with 100%. Okay? So this is 25%. 50 is 25%. So you can write 50 is 25% of 200. Okay? I am leaving some sentences for you. There is question 7, concept 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? These concepts and the examples I am leaving it for you. You should try to solve these, comment, and then we will discuss. My comment I will surely reply if you convert these 5-6 sentences according to what we have just seen. Now let's come to this question by which we started the question. There are 3 things: P, Q, R. Every time you want to assume something in percentage, you can start the question with 100x. Don't start the question with 100 because sometimes you will get stuck. Okay? So you should start the question with 100x. Here P is lesser than Q, Q is lesser than R. So highest value is R. Let me take R equals to 100%. If Q is 20% lesser, we just discuss this. How to reduce something by 20%? We just have to do this. we have to reduce this thing by 20%. So this will become 80x. You can solve the fractions. So this will be 80x. Now P is 20% lesser than Q. Q is 80x. We have to do 20% less of this also. So P is 64x. Now we have everything. We have R, Q, P in terms of X. The question was asking you how much is R salary more than P? R salary more than P. Matlab we have to check how much is salary of R more than P. We have to compare this thing with P. We have to, everything after then will go to denominator. We have to compare the difference of salary of R and P with respect to P. And whenever you want to check the percentage difference, this is 1 is every time there. Whenever you have some fraction to convert into percentage, you have to multiply with 100%. So what is R? R is 100x. What is P? 64x. What is P? 64x into 100%. This is nothing but 36x by 64x into 100%. You will find that the answer is 56.25%. Now the important thing is you can find such question repeating very frequently. If you find this is one of your PYQ, okay, and you will find 4 questions, similar questions on this. 4 similar question on this type of PYQ where they have asked you to compare 3 different things. So every time we have to convert those 3 things in single variable terms. Every time you can start the question with 100x. Now the next task is, do you know how to decrease something by 25%, 20%? Then do you know to again decrease something by 20%? And then after that, do you know how to compare the change with respect to something? Okay? So if you make sense of these statements, right, all these 11 sentences, you will find that percentage will become easier because now you know what is the meaning of this sentence. What is the meaning of this sentence? X is y% of what number? ठीक है? जैसे मैं if I tell you this 7th, एक दो और कर लेते हैं. 40 is 20. 40 is 20% of what number? Let the number be n. So n is equals to 40 into 100 by 20. N is equals to 200. That means 40 is 20% of 200. Is it difficult? Tell me if it is difficult to understand how do you convert these sentences to equations. These are very, very easy. Okay? Your focus should be to understand what are the meaning of these small sentences. In the question, you will have 4, 5, 6 sentences clubbed to each other. है ना? वहां पे बहुत सारी clubbing होती है between the sentences. What you need to understand is कि you need to make sense of individual small sentences. ठीक है? पूरा क्वेश्चन एक बार में सॉल्व नहीं करना होता. You don't have to solve the complete question in one go. Read the question in one go first and then divide into small parts. Each and every sentence, each and every word have some sense. ठीक है? So वो समझ में आना चाहिए. Classes will be daily. हमारा जैसे I have already told you the schedule, right? You can see it here again. Right? We will start on 16th and we will try to end it on 30th March. Okay? Hello. Hi. So, I didn't want to teach you anything. Okay? What I tried to do was just break down CSAT for you in small parts. Okay? What are the important parts? Reading comprehension should be strong if you are weak in mathematics. But you can't skip mathematics overall because 50% of the paper almost is mathematics. Try to understand the easier topics in mathematics so that you don't waste on difficult time on difficult question in the exam, and still you score some questions, suppose 5 to 10 questions in maths also. If you do good in reading comprehension and you do club it with easy questions of reasoning and maths, that is more than enough for you in CSAT. इससे ज़्यादा की ज़रूरत भी नहीं होती है. एंड दे डोंट वांट कि हमको मैथमेटिक्स में कोई विद्वान चाहिए, विद्वान बहुत मास्टरी नहीं चाहिए. दे डोंट वांट मास्टर्स. व्हाट दे वांट इज बेसिक एप्टीट्यूड यू शुड नो, राइट? So these are the important topics. Quant में what should be your approach? That point I wanted to discuss today. कि your approach should not be कि सर मुझे equation दे दो, I will tell you the answer. ठीक है? If you look at the solution, that question has no meaning for you. If you have not invested some time and you have tried to solve the question by yourself. ठीक है? उसकी दिक्कत नहीं है. दिक्कत कहाँ है? आप लोग you don't understand those English words into equations. उसमें ही दिक्कत है. If someone is very good in converting those statements into equations ना, those are the person who are good in mathematics. आप देखना उनमें और आप में सिर्फ you will find only one difference between a student who is good in mathematics and you, that they are not stopping. Once they read a question, they try to form equations, and what you are trying to do is you are thinking of the solution entirely. Okay, how would I solve it completely? And then you will start solving it. You have to start solving the questions on the paper, then only you will see solution आएगा कहाँ से. You can't think of the solution first and then start writing. You have to first write what is given to you in the question, what is asked on the paper, and then you can start making sense of different things. Then you will start seeing the connections between the things given to you. You can't wait for someone to give you the equations. Okay, and this is not at all difficult. Okay, if you somewhere find the students जो already कर चुके हैं, उनको I have taken to a level जहाँ पे now PNC is difficult है ना, they will solve difficult questions. कुछ लोग कर लेंगे, but easy तो कोई छोड़ेगा नहीं. Easy questions they won't leave. अगर आप एक directly उनको दे दोगे कि this is the condition and you find the total number of cases, they will surely find the total number of cases. So this is what I wanted to discuss. If you have any doubts from your end or you want to know something regarding CSAT, you can ask me. I am here for the next 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then we will end this session. You also enjoy your Valentine's Day. ठीक है, पढ़ाई के टाइम तो होना नहीं चाहिए, फिर भी if there are some plans, enjoy for today and then tomorrow get back to your studies. Notes, Manu, what notes do you want? Notes क्या चाहिए आपको? Right? Shriji, Sneha, if there are any doubts, let me know. Nahi to we will conclude. Okay. Also, if you want to connect, you can connect on this Telegram channel. Okay. If you want, if you have any doubt in your reading comprehension, reasoning, and quant. Okay. CSAT related, if there are any queries, you can connect with me here. One more thing, बैच में तो मैं करता ही हूँ कि after 5 to 10 days I give them my personal number so that they can clear their doubts by WhatsApp also. ठीक है, I'll do the same thing in this batch only also, so that if some student is facing too much of problems, they can directly connect and resolve their doubts. Sir, due to some reason, if we aren't able to attend classes, then do we get the classes in app, sir? Yes, every class you will get in recorded form. ठीक है, quant तो आपको starting में day 1 you will get all the quant lectures. Apart from that, if you miss the live classes, you will get the classes in recorded form. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Have a great day. I hope to see you soon. So daily कितना time? Daily यार देखो, if you have not started your preparation yet, so at least you need to devote 2-3 hours. अगर you find it difficult, CSAT में if you find difficulties, 2 to 3 hours you need to give अभी for the next 1.5 months. For the next 1.5 months, उसके बाद you can again focus more on your GS. If you can tackle both the things at one go, थोड़ा टाइम इसको दे दो, थोड़ा टाइम उसको दे दो, but 2 to 3 hours you will need 1.5 months to cover everything properly. Okay, chalo, have a good time. If there are any queries, you can message me here on this group and we can connect. Okay, thank you very much.